How's it going, guys? So, as I've said in the last couple of videos, going to be a bit different going forward now with no live sport. So, what I've decided to do is, as I've mentioned previously, I've got every NRL grand final since 2004 on DVD. So, to go along with that, I also have every grand final big league since 2004 as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and watch all the games, and I'm going to give my own little current day review on the game. Obviously it won't be as in-depth into the more recent grand finals because I'm just going to be lost in the nostalgia of watching the older games, but I've thought of this as a way that I can still provide content to you, and if you support any of these teams, at least that way you can relive some glory from the past. So obviously today starting with 2004, which is the Bulldogs and Roosters. So obviously this game's well known because of Bulldogs winning and Thurston giving the premiership ring to Steve Price, who had to miss out with injury. So obviously the Bulldogs were without a talisman in Steve Price, but in the same context, it was different for both sides, with the Roosters being without Luke Ricketson, who'd obviously, if you remember, was suspended for a stiff arm the week before in the prelim final against the Cowboys. So it was a great, really interesting game in the lead up of Price, whether he'd play or not, and with Ricketson going to the judiciary the week before, and Roosters also weren't certain if, I think it was Chris Flannery, Chris Flannery, whether he'd play or not, because if I remember correctly, I think they even said it in the coverage the week before, he actually ruptured a testicle. Like, to be able to play, like, I know it's a grand final, but to be able to do any sort of game like rugby league the week after that, it's mind blowing. So seeing the way that both sides lined up, it was set up to be a great contest. Sorry. I was actually away for this game. I was up the coast. I would have been, I think about, let's work out, I would have been about 12 when this game happened. It was a rainy day down in Sydney that day. I was away, I don't remember it too fondly. I remember sitting up the coast watching the game and being happy to see someone like Steve Price go out, leaving a club that he helped set the culture at for that time. I know there's the Coffs Harbour incident and everything, but scrap that. But like, just for the family orientated culture the team had, majority of the team had, he helped build that, come up through the ranks, and it's good to see him be sent out with that premiership. But as I said, we're gonna watch the game now. I'll treat it like normal. I'll come back at half time and I'll do a post game. My little way of still providing content for you guys. So sit back, hopefully you're enjoying yourself as much as you can during this, and next time you see me, you'll be giving my half-time update from the 2004 grand final. There we go, guys. Half-time in that 2004 grand final. Great opening half to a grand final. Real rough and tough opening. No side really giving an inch either way. Lots of errors though. You can see that the rain really had an effect on the opening stages. But definitely looked like the Roosters settled a lot more earlier on in that half, or in that game. It's that first try, that kick, like even till that point and since that point, I don't think I've seen a better kick for a try. Just so pinpoint, like that is the sort of kick. If you're a half, or you're a ball player, you want a kick like that to come up on your highlight reel. That's the sort of kick you want to be issuing to set up tries. Nothing will beat that. It was, I think, and just to be able to pull off a kick like that in a grand final, it shows how great Freddie Fittler was as a player. Immediately after that, the next sort of 10 to 15 minutes, the Dogs really came back strong. Really got some momentum through Willie Mason's strong carries. When Sonny Bill came on, like he did back then, the fearless nature of being a younger player, nothing really phased him. But yeah, they came back strong. And then it all sort of started to change after Craig Wing putting the big leg drive and tackle on Tony Grimaldi that pushed him in the touch. They were about at least nearly 10 metres in, but it shows how greasy the field was that night. And to be able to have that much leg strength is crazy. Like, especially back then, like it was professional back then, but it wasn't as that sort of thing. Leg strength wasn't as prominent back then as it is now. So to see that sort of leg drive was it's crazy, and I don't think I've ever seen anything like that since, really. The Roosters definitely after that came back strong. They were finishing that first half strong. They got that field goal. They got a field goal, go up by 7-6 after Bulldogs missed their first conversion, and they got a penalty to get it at 6-6. Brett Finch with his kicking game showing why he was one of the best kicking halves in the game. His kicking game, I think, and his game in general, he was very underrated as a time manager, game management. I'd put him top shelf with his game management and time management in big games. But then also speaking of leg strength about Craig Wing, you look at Anthony Tupou, and that try he set up with his core strength, leg strength, pushing through the line, getting that line break to put Minicello through. That was the signs of what he ended up making a career out of. That core strength, that leg strength. But I definitely think with how strong the Roosters came back at the end of that half, the Bulldogs were very, very lucky to only be trailing, I think it was by 7 points. They were very lucky. Minicello nearly had a double, not allowed because of obstruction. This day and age, I'm not sure if that would be an obstruction. But watching it back now, I honestly think it was a try. It was definitely a bit of a dive to try and milk that penalty to keep it at 7 points, but I reckon that's one of the strongest first halves you'll see from both sides. Take away the errors, so many errors to start that game, but it was a good first half. But now I'm going to jump into the second half, so I'll come back to you in, depending on how long this goes, I think it'll be about nearly an hour for me, but for you guys it'll probably only be about 5 or 6 seconds. But when I come back to you, I'll give you the recap of the second half from the 2004 Grand Final. There we go, full time. It's got the presentation rolling now, but what a game. That second half was solid. Dogs definitely came out more settled that second half. I think they definitely came out fired up for that second half. I think the Roosters, half time hurt them a lot. They seemed to come out really flat. Brent Sherwin came out and just showed why he was one of the top halves in the game. I think he's one of the most underrated. I think different era with his class that he had, he probably would have been a lot more recognised. But he really stepped up when Thurston came on. Thurston definitely showed the signs of what he was going to be known for in the future, and obviously I'll talk a bit more about that in the video next week, and in a couple of grand finals later on. Obviously Willie Mason got Clive Churchill man of the match. He truly led from the front in that game. Admittedly, a lot of players in that Bulldog side, there were a lot of question marks about them, like their morals sort of thing, because of things that have happened. But take away from that, the performances they put on the field that night were immense. Roosters though, in the back end of that game, really worked it back. Came back strong, but even though they came back strong, I think that was also Bulldog getting tired and starting to lose a bit of a grip on the game. But they definitely fought back hard in the last 15. It was a tight last 15 minutes. Definitely think the Roosters in that game would have to rue all the missed opportunities in the first half. But yeah, it was a great game, great grand final. Andrew Ryan, I think his tackle at the end to win it is one of the most underrated. I'd probably put it up there, not just in front of Scott Sattler's, just for the pure timing of the game and how it was that last ditch, that ankle tap, that ankle grab. If Andrew Ryan misses that, I think Roosters go in and they win the grand final that year in 2004. But 16-13, Bulldogs win. Steve Price leaves the Bulldogs with the premiership. I think definitely one of the great grand finals. I'm just rating them all from 2004. I definitely put this one right up there. But I want to know what you guys think. How does this grand final rate in terms of 2004 to 2019? Where do you rate this grand final? Is this the sort of game you want to put on and say, this is rugby league, this is what rugby league has been? Or do you look at it as just an average grand final? What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Let me know if you're looking forward to this series. As I said, I've got all the grand finals since 2004 up until last year. And this is sort of the thing I'm going to be looking at doing now, at least until we get regular footy back. So let me know what you've thought of the video. There we go. Just watching the presentation there. Bulldogs just lifted the trophy. Let me know what you've thought of this video. If you've liked it, thumbs up button. Let me know what you thought of this in the comments below. What game are you most looking forward to me reviewing out of the past grand finals? Let me know. As I said, comments below, let me know. Like this video, subscribe, turn the bell on. But most importantly, as I always say, guys, especially now, keep safe, look after yourselves, and keep living a great life. Peace.